Hi, my name is Jessica Conrad with the Patents Project, and we're going to show you how to set up TouchChat with WordPower on the iPad with English and bilingual files. So if you already opened the software and you started looking at some vocab files and you were wanting to use this, chances are we need to go back a step, and this is one of the most common emails that I get. So we're trying to edit the page and you get this editing is not permitted because you may have accidentally opened up one of the template files and you can't edit a template file. No big deal. We're just going to go over here to vocab, choose a new vocab, and start from the beginning. So once you open that app, you probably had a page like this with a bunch of yellow locked files. That means those are those template files. You can't edit them, but thankfully they're always there nice and fresh should you ever need them. We're going to go to Menu, and we're going to copy one of those files. 99% of the time, we are recommending TouchChat with WordPower. There are a lot of options. The numbers just mean how many buttons on a screen are there. So 108 buttons or 20 buttons. And you may see some differences like WordPower 60 Basic versus WordPower 60. There's a little bit of information if you want to learn more about what is the difference between the two. I'm going to make a copy of this WordPower Basic Symbol Sticks. That's a really popular one, but all of the vocab files have their benefits. In this case, I'm going to title this English Demo, but you name it what you want to name it. However, if you are doing a bilingual file, I do recommend putting the title of what it is in there so it's a little easier to differentiate between the English and Spanish. You can add a description in there if you want, but go ahead and hit save. And you see that a new file popped up with a green unlocked lock that tells me I can modify this and customize it for my user. And if you are just doing an English user, you are done. You are ready to start modeling and doing all the good things. However, in this case, we're going to be doing a bilingual user. So I'm going to make a second copy. I'm going to go back to vocab, choose a new vocab, menu. I'm going to copy another one of those vocabs. I'm going to go down to other languages and down here to WordPower 60 Español Básico. I'm going to call this one Spanish. You'll see why in a second. And this one is hidden underneath all those Spanish. So it's not going to pop up at the top. It's going to be hidden and nested underneath Spanish. So now that I have my Spanish vocabulary set up, I do want to make a few quick edits. One of the first things I'm going to do is go to Menu and Settings. I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom. There's two things that we need to do. Oops, I scrolled too far. Okay, under Speech, I'm going to change the voice. I actually did this earlier and changed the voice to Emilio. Chances are Josh or some other voice. An English voice was chosen for the Spanish vocabulary, and we want to make sure it's one of the Spanish voices. So you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom and choose one of the Spanish voices. So all of these with clouds are free to you to download. Doesn't need to be connected to the Wi-Fi to get these. And you can test them out with the speaker, but you want to choose one of the Spanish voices because otherwise jalapeno is going to be pronounced jalapeno, and we don't want that. So I chose the Emilio voice, lots of other nice voices in here. And then we're going to hit cancel and scroll all the way back up to the top, and we're going to save profile. And again, I'm going to call this Spanish and then, student initials or whatever you want to use. And hit save. We're going to go back out of our Spanish vocab and go back to our English file and do something very similar. We're going to go to Menu. We're going to go to Settings. I'm going to double check and make sure under Speech we have a voice that we like. I'm going to choose Alex. So that, again, we have an English pronunciation for the English page. Scroll all the way to the top. We're going to save this profile as, you probably guessed it, English. Hit save and hit done. So we have these two profiles and now we want to connect them. The rule in WordPower is don't delete any buttons, especially not on this first page. You never want to delete a button on this first page. But there is a really nice little spot waiting for you under Groups, which is one of our powerful folders in here. So if we go into Groups, there's a nice blank button over here, which would be a great place for us to learn how to switch from the English to the Spanish vocabulary. So we're going to go to Menu. We're going to Edit Page. And you get your red editing ribbon at the top. This is where you go every time you want to edit something on a page. We have this nice little blank spot. We're going to edit this button. And I'm going to call this Spanish. Can listen to it.
Spanish.
Can select an image if that's something that I want to do. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. I'm not going to have this be a speech message. That's not what I want it to do. So I'm going to take my finger, kind of hold it and swipe it over. And I'm going to add a different action. What I want it to do is to navigate to a different profile by going to Select Profile over here. And I'm going to have it select to that Spanish file that we made before. I'm going to hit Save. And hit Done. If I were to tap that, it sends me to the Spanish page. And I'm just going to repeat the process. I'm going to go to Grupos. Now the pages are in slightly different order, which I think is a little unusual. I'm not sure why they did that, but I'm going to set it up over here. Edit Page, Button. I'm going to call this Inglés.
English.
Which is Spanish for English. And again, swiping that out of the way, adding a button to select profile to the English one. Hit Save, click on Done. Now we have the two connected. There's certainly more to learn about this software, including customizing, editing, and supporting students with complex communication needs throughout their day. Patents Project is proud to support our Indiana public pre-K-12 schools with training, support, and a lending library at no cost. Please reach out to us at www.patentsproject.org. That's P-A-T-I-N-S project.org.